What I want y'all to take from this video is to embrace your own standards. Don't let anyone else's opinion alter your personal standards.
Hey guys, this is me, Crimson60620, and if you ever want to actually get some great art and help support my channel, help support me, check out my merch page at streamlabs.com/Crimson60620 / Here you can actually find great pieces of art, put on t-shirts, and it'll be updated frequently with a lot of my other art. So, thank you for support, and please enjoy the video. Thanks. Center my camera a little bit better. One of the things that I want to always make sure I address with you guys and with what's going on and why I do my video is that just like that old clip says, I'm not against, to quote a phrase, I'm not against incels themselves. I'm against their ideology and the shit that they represent. Hey, not all of us can actually, get relations, at the drop of a hat. Some of us, we go through dry spells and shit like that. That's okay. We're not against incels. We're against their ideology. But some shit like this, when you get a motherfucker like Joker here, where you actually see them complaining about shit, and they try to get other motherfuckers to actually believe that, oh, I have a fucked up ass personality, and because you can't get a date, you must have one too, and you should be okay where you're fucking undateable. Then I have a fucking issue. Because barring abusive motherfuckers, no one should be considered undateable. But let's hear what Joker has to say. What's up, Cigarette Sauce?
Guys, welcome to Better Batchelor. This is Joker. Please tell your mom to stop calling me. Tonight we're going to talk about...
Really? Your mom joke? You're really going to start this off with your mom joke? Wow. Yeah. Okay. Haha. Funny. Let's move on.
some examples of why guys feel that they're undateable, or what would make them maybe believe that they're undateable. I've got a great story by a guy that's...
Oh, cool. I can tell you a reason. They're abusive. Like, that should be the only reason. They're either abusive to their partner or themselves. That's it. But let's continue.
That wrote a story called The Moment I Realized I'm Undateable. And then I have some words of wisdom from Bill Burr. So let's start off first of all.
Wait. No, I can't go past that one. Words of wisdom from Bill Burr? Like, no. Let's let him talk. If I do this all the time, we're never going to make it through that video.
Well, in the beginning. And quickly let me mention, ear monitors are way superior as far as fidelity to earbuds. I didn't know that. I just spent $50 on some nice ear monitors, and they're amazing. So if you like good quality and ear things, ear monitors, great way to go. Okay, so let's get recording. We'll jump right into it.
Wait, did he try to do a sponsor type thing? Like, did he really try to do a sponsor type thing? Oh, wow. Okay. Let's go.
but I don't have a whole lot of pre-talk. But what I want to talk about here is guys getting burned to the point that there is no return. It started, I saw this screenshot here. A guy was on Tinder, I guess he's swiping. He had a horrible answer to this woman, but she says, I only swiped right because I wanted to tell you that you're ugly. And good luck finding a woman to like you. And he had said, same to you.
What? Why? First, okay. So, I know a Greek god such as myself, Adonis here, myself. There are some women, erroneously so, that find me unattractive. But I've never had somebody go out of their way to say that they swipe right to say that you're too ugly to get a date. That shit sounds Photoshop. And I'm going to say this, and I mean it with all love and sincerity. If a bitch would be petty enough to connect with anybody, be it man or woman, because that's a bitch. You can be a male bitch or a woman bitch, like ask Donald Trump. But if a bitch was to do that shit, will they get on a fucking date and said you're too fucking ugly to date? That ass is getting fucking reported, because that's some abusive shit. And I know you're thinking like, Crimson, why would you cut somebody's free speech? No, that's some abusive shit that can lead to somebody being self-harm or some other shit like that. And no, you don't want that motherfucker on your dating platform. That's not what you want. But let's continue.
And she said, oh, I'm sure, sweetie, tell that to my 400 matches. I have no doubts that she has 400 matches. I mean, we know how the swiping game goes.
Wait, what? Again, I doubt, like, if this is a real conversation. But if it is a real conversation, and this person, like, literally is just bragging about how they have matches and shit like that, you know by definition that some of those matches, she's connecting with people to be fucking petty. My whole thing would be like, you have 400 matches, but you're taking the time to talk shit to me? What type of fucking person are you? But that's just too much, like, right? Let's continue.
This poor guy, unfortunately, should have said something like, if she said, I only swiped right because I wanted to tell you that you're ugly, he should have said, oh my God, what a coincidence. That's why I swiped right on you, and then see where that took them. You don't just be same to you. That's pretty weak. But the whole point is, what happened? You know, women.
Wait, what? Like, oh, okay. Like, I kind of get what he's trying to say. Like, you don't just accept somebody being verbally abusive to you. I kind of get that, but, like, I don't know. Maybe my cruelty measure is actually a little bit better than a lot of these other cats, but let's continue.
Women oftentimes say men no longer ask us out. Men no longer take us on dates. Men no longer want to pay for dinner. I got a flat tire on the side of the road, and guys, car after car after car kept going by, and no one stopped to help me. This is what happens to... I mean, there's nothing this guy did to earn this. But she just felt like it would make her feel better to, number one, crush him, and number two, take a screenshot of it, and then, like, hash on.
Wait, what does that have to do with about paying for dates or being stopped on the side of the road? What the fuck does that have to do with any of that? I am so fucking confused because how? What does that, like, wait, what? I have so many questions. But let's continue.
On him, I guess, or post it. Now, maybe he took the screenshot just to show a point. But either way, what's the point of doing this? To make herself feel better for crapping on a guy. Well, when you're a guy that's already having hard times in the real world talking to a woman and being comfortable and understanding rejection can be hard, and you say, you know something, I'm just going to go on a dating app and I'll swipe, and that way, I mean, if I get rejected, I just don't know it. I just don't get many matches. And then you get a match and you go, oh, maybe I'm kind of excited, and she craps on you. You know, these are the kind of things that starts putting guys down the path of, that's it, I'm just not going to date anymore. I'm not going to try anymore. A lot of times this can send guys right down into, I don't know if you'd say like deep depression, but you might say this sends them off to a pretty bad place. It can really bum out a guy. And so this is the guy that disappears and maybe never returns to the dating world, or
this whole hyperbole, you don't even know who took the screenshot, motherfucker. Like, oh my god, this is some shit that you see on Facebook of people passing around the same fucking meme 300 times, and then 2 weeks later passing it around again. Like, how? Why? What? Let's continue.
if he does, he says, I'm not getting my heart hurt anymore. I'm just going to casually date and have a little fun, but I'm never going to man up and marry you or have a long-term relationship because I see women's nature when they do this. Again, not all women, but they're out there. I mean, look at this guy just swiping and he gets burned. And then we have another quick story here. Let me slide this over so I can read a little better. Joseph Tan has been relegated to the friend zone after failing to impress his long-term crush, Stella Wong. The Insta-hottie with a reputable following, 5...
Okay. Since we're traveling through this, let's travel through this now. There is no such thing as a motherfucking friend zone. I'm sorry. And if you think that there's a fucking friend zone, you're fucking deluding yourself. And I know you're thinking like, hey, Crimson, there are people that have unrequited love from their, somebody that they like or they had crushes on. And the fact is, there is no fucking friend zone. And I'll tell you why. And this will be broken down in the story. I'm almost guaranteed this will be broken down in the story. One, nobody, be it friend, be it lover, be it spouse, girlfriend, or whatever, is obligated to fuck you. That's just not a thing. No one has to fuck you. No one has to sit back and say, well, I know this guy and he's been some kind of nice to me, so I'm gonna just fuck him. Like, that's not how that shit works, dog. And if you're sitting around waiting around for a friend that you have to fuck you because you're just being nice to them, you're not being their friends. You're being around, stalking around, creepy. So let's get those points out of the way. And I may think I may have blown my load a little bit too early, but yeah, what's new? But let's hear this motherfucker out about how. Yeah, let's hear this motherfucker out.
I guess maybe on Instagram, was not impressed with a date that Joseph had spent days planning. He spent days planning this. Now, maybe it's not the most exciting date in the world, but he put effort into it. And how was he rewarded for his effort? She says, as soon as I saw him pull up in the driveway, my stomach started to twist. That's right, twist. I was so upset. Why? Because he pulled up in a Mazda 3. I tried to be optimistic, but his taste in cars was as basic as his choice in the restaurant. Cranides, I guess?
How? Wait, what? Let's hear this shit out.
She said, are you effing serious, mate? Stella goes on to describe her date's safe choices and claims he provides no exciting prospects as a future partner. He drove the speed limit the whole way and would stop at every yellow. Where's the excitement in that, she said. Interestingly enough, if you are a good earner and a smart man and considerate, kind, and
Wait. Is he's about it? Oh no, he's not. No. He's not gonna do this. He's not gonna pull the Oh no 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 no. You don't know what this guy's earning is. You're making this assumption because you're trying to fucking beat your narrative around the story that is already here. Now, if you want to say that she is being, I don't know what's the best way to say it. She is trying to be um looking for an excitement that this guy doesn't have. Like, cool. Like, maybe she has some issues where she wants to feel excitement, but that's not a knock on, like, that's not a knock on just regular people. That's not an assumption that you can make with all women. That literally, it may be this person where she is like addicted to the fucking excitement life. But not every woman is like that. Wow. Wow. Let's hear the rest of the story.
Maintain your finances, you're boring. Again, we talk about this. But imagine you're this guy, right? You swipe, you get crushed all the time. You finally decide to go, you get a match, decide to go out on a date. And I don't know who either of these people are. Maybe they're popular somewhere. I don't know. But she said,
wait, what? He even says that they were friends. It's no swiping. I don't see any fucking swiper in here. Swiper, no swiping. Of course, I had to make that joke. Anyway, they are lit like he is literally fucking doing Superman leaps and bounds. But let's continue.
says, my ex used to drive a GTR and deal pills and text other chicks on the DL. This guy works at Deloitte and drives a Mazda 3. The car is the physical embodiment of I only do missionary and I love John Legend, snooze. At the time of the writing, it was confirmed.
Wait, what the fuck is wrong with John Legend? Like, what the fuck? It doesn't sound like they're fucking friends. It just sounds like dude had a crush on a chick. And she may have had some narcissistic issues. Like, how? Wow. Let's continue.
That Joseph was still currently in the friend zone. Let's all take a prayer for the brothers trapped in this crippling abyss. So again, nice, normal, everyday, average, good guy. He had now Mazda 3s are not cheap. New, they're anywhere between 23 and 29,000 US. That's not a cheap car, and maybe he paid cash for it instead of the other guy who had the GTR. Who maybe he paid cash for it, especially if he's dealing stuff on the side, or maybe he's up to his eyebrows in debt.
Like, I don't know. I have a fucking minivan. I literally have a fucking minivan. I don't give a fuck. And you know what? You know what my minivan can do? My minivan can seat 8 people comfortably. My minivan can actually allow for motherfucking, you to charge your phone, for you to actually sit back and have a wonderful day sitting back at the lakefront here in Chicago, where you can actually enjoy great many musical sounds and have a back seat to talk. Yeah. My motherfucking minivan. And I don't even have a fucking small tribe of people. Of course, I got it because I moved my art in when I go to art shows. But that's a different story. The shit is black and it fucking feels good to actually drive in my fucking minivan. If a woman is upset by the type of car you have, the first thing you ask, where is your ride? And how has it been pimped out? What? You don't have one? So shut the fuck up and enjoy this motherfucking smooth, comfortable ride with heated leather seats. I know you can't generalize the whole gender, but these motherfuckers want you so fucking miserable to say like, see, I can't get a date. That means you can't get a date, so we all can't get a date together. But let's continue.
But see, it doesn't matter. It's the perception. So here we've got a guy that was miserable and having horrible luck on Tinder, finally gets a date, and because he's a responsible, regular guy, he gets burned. And that's where you end up with a gentleman like Rajiv Misharandi. I hope I pronounced that right. Mirchandani. Sorry about that. Mirchandani. So here Rajiv says he decided to write.
Okay, like F's in the chat for if you try to pronounce people's names and it's not something that you're used to pronouncing and you just fuck it up. Like F is in the chat for that shit. I will admit that sometimes I have problems with pronouncing people's names, and I work in a fucking call center, and I have to say, like, yo, could you pronounce your first name for me or your last name for me? And it's ironic because it just really has to do with familiarity. Because I have literally had people with South Asian names or Eastern Asian names where I watch so much anime that I can actually pronounce that name with no fucking problem. Like, do you know when I actually looked at the last name Zhao, I actually know how to say it without even having any fucking issues. But because like somebody may have been from a culture that I'm not used to, and this is even fucking European cultures. Like I fucking have an issue, but you know, F's in chats for that. So it's just about familiarity. So I can't be mad. Now if somebody is actively trying to mispronounce somebody's name, so fuck you. But anyway, I'm off on a tangent. Let's continue.
Write a story, and it says the moment I realized I'm undateable. And this sounds like a lot of the emails and stories that you guys send me, but he doesn't give. I mean, this is a history that it's like it's okay to share. Some of you guys say, hey, don't share my information, whatever. But this is a story that kind of sums up a lot of you guys that tell me about your past relationships that brought you to deciding, you know what, I'm just done with it. So let's read. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. There. I'm sure you read the title of this, rolled your eyes, and wrote it off as some sad story complaining about how my dating life sucks. But keep reading, and you might see it a little bit differently, just like I do. The last year and a half of my life has been surreal. I've been completely out of the dating game, but not for your usual reasons like I'm taking a break, or I'm working on myself, or the ever so popular I'm doing me. For me, it's a little bit different. It's something more permanent than just working on myself for a year or two. I quit dating
Oh God, what is up with this preamble? Oh God. Let's continue.
because I realized I'm not really the type of guy that people want to date or be in a relationship. At first, it was painful to come to the conclusion that I'm undateable. I mean, who the heck would want to consider themselves to be that way? But if you're the first guy who gets matched and she just roasts you and crushes your ego, if you're the next...
Wait. What? I have so many fucking questions. But let's continue.
Guy that has a good, stable job, drives a reasonable car, obeys the laws and the street speed limit, and stops at red lights. If you're a reasonable guy...
Wait, this wasn't... Like, is that what these right-wing motherfuckers do? Is that what they do? They actually, in the midst of retelling they point, they actually further stretch the story to make it seem like what somebody is saying is fucking... Like, I've noticed that, like, it doesn't even come up like the original story that's talking about the guy who, yeah, like that was some fucked up shit. But like it's almost as if this motherfucker is stretching it even further with the way he's talking about it. But let's continue. Key fragment.
That's no good. That's no good. So you have enough of those encounters and men just say, I'm done. I've got to, either I'm going to get severely bummed out or I've got to find a way to mentally handle this. And for a lot of guys, including myself, and some people will say, dude, that's weak. You need to get in there and fight. You need to keep at it. And your game's weak or something.
Let's see if we can get a Yogg's touch here. But let's continue.
Something else. At a certain point, you just have to say, is it really worth it? And for some of us, for a lot of us, the answer's no, not really. Not really. Again, I wouldn't turn away somebody asking me out or someone flirting with me or wanting to spend time with me. That's great. If they wanted to hang out with me, that's awesome. But I'm not going to go out of my way to make that a point. And that's where these guys land. That's where we, I'll even include some of you in this and myself. This is where we land.
So, okay. So let's actually just address this. No, it's nothing wrong with working on yourself. It's nothing wrong with actually saying that you're going to do you. Like, fuck, I've been in that situation before where I am I wasn't actively looking to settle down in a commitment, like especially after my separation. Cool. But like some of these motherfuckers are like the kid that fucking lost at the basketball team and just like, I'm taking my ball and going home. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm taking my ball and going home. Do I get a y'all such? Ah. What was this? Crom's hammer. That's not bad. That's not bad. But let's continue.
Because we say, you know what? Yeah, I may have an older vehicle, paid off. Yes, my house may be a little smaller, paid off. Yes, I may, whatever, pay. You know, but I'm financially secure. Some might say successful, but that's not exciting. And I'm not. There's a point in time where guys say, look, this just isn't working for me. Let me keep reading.
You know what's funny? You never hear these motherfuckers talking about they're going after what they consider 3s, 4s, 5s, or 6. It's all these top hot women that they always have an issue with because for some reason they're like they can't get the woman that they want. But you never hear the personality type of the woman they want. They just hear that it's not the woman that I want, and quite frankly, fuck you because reasons. But let's continue.
He says, I quit dating because I realized that I'm not really the type of guy that people want to date. I already read that. But it's actually been one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me. But before I get into that, I'll let you guys in on how I figured it out. We've all heard the different reasons for being turned down. They're not ready for a relationship right now. They're getting out of a relationship and just want something casual. They're working on themselves. They're moving to Antarctica. Kidding, hopefully. This list.
Like, huh? Is that a real joke? Like, I get that some people don't want to tell others no. One, because some of the motherfuckers are weird as shit. And if you tell somebody no, they are liable to try to, I don't know, gun down a yoga dance studio or do other crazy shit like this. But like some of these excuses just seem fucked up. Like, for real. But let's continue.
Goes on and on. Whether they're legit reasons or not, we've all heard them. No, they're not legit reasons. If a woman wants to date you and she's married and she has 2 kids and she's in debt 50 grand and can't afford to do anything, she will sneak in your bedroom window to spend time with you if she's really attracted to you. The thing is, they weren't really attracted to him. Was that a fault of his own? Maybe. Maybe they didn't find him exciting or interesting. A guy can do things to change that.
So, I think you probably hit the nail on the head about what's going on. Like, yes, exciting, interesting, yeah, but you don't have to be some fucking mastermind criminal to be exciting to somebody you're interested in dating. And if they want that, if they want some mastermind criminal bad boy who's irresponsible as shit, then you probably don't want that person to build a relationship with. They may look good, they may be fucking eye candy, but like, I don't think that they are the best people to try to snuggle up with. But let's hear this continue. I don't know how much longer I can actually take this shit.
But there's also a point in time where you say, maybe that's just not me. Maybe I'm just not the type to go through all the dancing and the games and all the BS to try to get some attention. And that, I think, happens to a lot of us. He'd say,
notice like these motherfuckers never get to the whole point where it's just like, hey, let me examine the type of women that I'm going after. Maybe that could be a fucking problem. You never hear these motherfuckers talk about this shit. The only time that they fucking talk about the type of women that they go after is they want some kawaii motherfucking woman. But let's continue.
I hear all the time, I'd meet a girl, I'd hear them all the time. I'd meet a girl, we have this great chemistry, and then I'd get hit with the excuse. And that's because I found him probably boring, a little milquetoast, not really that interesting. He didn't spark the tingles. He says, but I started to notice a disturbing trend. After telling me they weren't ready for a relationship, that same girl would enter into a relationship with another guy between 2 and 3 months later, in one case as early as 2 weeks later.
Okay, yeah, so what? Like, she may be a horrible person. Look at the shit that just came out about Pokemon. Like, she may just be a horrible person. She may be using you for some emotional support person, and you're thinking like she's using you. You're thinking like you're using a friendship to try to get something out of them. You're both two fucking horrible people. Unless you've actively told her, and then at that point, you kind of said like, well, I really like you. I want to be in a relationship with you. And she's actually using you then like, yeah. But still and all, like, I don't get it. Like, no. No. Let's continue.
It actually got so predictable, I would be able to call it out like clockwork before it even happened. If only we could bet on this in Vegas. About 2 years ago, it happened again with a girl I really thought it would work out with. And I feel for this guy. If he wanted to make it work, there are ways you can do it. You don't have to be a boring, nice guy. You can still drive a paid-off car. You can still have good financial stability, but you can be exciting and you can be interesting. But again, maybe he just didn't feel like that was him. Maybe that's not his feeling. That
okay, but there would be like, fuck. There is somebody who will love you for that shit. They would accept you as being a boring, not criminal mastermind type of person. Like, there are women who will love you for that shit. But no, it's again, you never hear about the fuckery when it comes to that. Maybe these guys are choosing to go after the wrong type of woman. Maybe it's more than just fucking looks. But let's give this motherfucker a couple more minutes.
That he wanted to go through those hoops to make it happen. You'd think just being a normal, everyday, average guy that works hard and is responsible and mature, you think that'd be enough. But no. He said it ended up being the exact same result, but with double the heartache in the end. She was beautiful, probably out of my league. See, again, he's kind of not secure with himself. Because, to be honest with you, no woman is out of your league. If you have enough game and...
Well, this is true. No woman is out of your league. But there are some people that definitely don't deserve your time and energy because they're shit people. But let's continue.
Enough money. We went on some great dates. The chemistry was undeniable. We clicked, and I thought it was finally my time to break the streak. Surely enough, she came at me with the, by the way, I just got out of a relationship. I just want something casual, blah, blah, blah. That's a nice way of a girl saying, look, you're really nice, but you're not firing my tingles, and this isn't going to go anywhere, just so you know.
Wait, what? If a woman says that they just want something casual, they usually are fucking you. I'm sorry, I'm confused with this. Like, they're usually fucking you. If a woman says that she wants something casual, you're hanging out and spending all this time together, like, it isn't some, like, I'm so confused with this. Let's continue.
This is a girl's way to back out of it. Same thing. If a guy goes up to maybe introduce himself to a woman or something, she says, oh, I've got a boyfriend. That's her way of just saying, oh, I'm not into you. That's her putting up her wall to make sure you got hit on.
Well, no, that's not that way. It's literally she can have a boyfriend. That's not how that works. Like, and I'm the only one that actually sees this shit. Like, that's not how this works. Like, she can legit have a boyfriend. That's how, like, let's continue.
A good answer for that is like when a girl goes, oh, I've got a boyfriend. Just say, hey, I didn't ask about your personal problems. And then continue saying what you were going to say. So he says, I know. I should have bounced as soon as she said that, especially after all I'd been through. Trust me, I knew what I should have done. But this girl was just so great, and I knew I had to try to stick it out this time. After all, I'd walked away from so many similar situations because of my past, and I just had to see this one through. I knew we could break through that barrier if I played it cool enough. No, once you're in the friend zone, always in the friend zone. And if there is a way out of it, it's so much effort. It's Herculean. It's not worth it.
Like, I'm so confused. I do have women friends that I've liked, and like it wasn't in a way where it was like, yeah, there was some sexual tension there, but it's just like I'm so fucking confused with this whole friend zone thing. Maybe because I never expected to get sex from them. I'm like, we kind of made out a couple times, but it's just like it was never just like I'm I'm so confused with this whole friend zone and sticking around shit. Damn, she actually killed her. But let's continue. I hear it's best to wait. Yeah, it is best once you actually know more about yourself to try to spend your life with somebody, because when you're in your like, there are very few people at an age where you're 20s where you know enough about yourself to like be like, oh yeah, I'm no secure with myself. And the thing is also this whole misconception that you will never change once you get older. Like, no, that's not how that shit works, dog. People grow, change, and mature, or become more immature. Like this shit is just like, and then like a person never owes you. Their friendship is not a. Your friendship is not even exchange for sex. Unless you guys have a friends with benefits situation. But anyway, let's continue.
By now, I sure you guys know the rest of the story. It ended because she wasn't looking for a relationship. About 3 months later, surprise, surprise, I say she's in a relationship. So there I was, failed again. This was supposed to be the time it finally worked out, when I wasn't looking for a relationship, when I was looking for a relationship, when it was a girl I really liked, when it was a girl that I couldn't do without. It was always the same result. I had to accept the fact that I am undateable. The truth is, he's not undateable. He just doesn't understand how to date. He just doesn't understand what interests women and what excites them.
Like, I would say no, that's not what's going on. I would say that, dude, like, okay, maybe it's me, maybe it's fucking me. But no, I don't get these guys, because this whole thing of just like I'm giving friendship to a woman, so that means that I deserve the punani. Like, that's not how this works, dog. That's not how this works. Just because you're giving friendship to a woman doesn't mean that they are required to give you the fucking sex. I mean, like, I don't. God, this sounds fucking unbelievable. And yeah, I do want to agree. Maybe this guy doesn't know how to date, because that's not what dating is. Like, I have so many questions. Because if you believe that dating is all of a sudden spending time with somebody and trying to sneak your way through friendship in to say like, hey, I'm like, I'm trying to be your friend in order to fuck you, dude, you have the wrong idea of what friendship is. And I'm sorry, like, I've been upfront with women. It was like, hey, I want to date you in a romantic sense. And I've been told no, or I've been told, I don't know, we can just have fun the way we are doing it. Like, that's fine. That's not a friend zone. You have to be fucking mature enough to say that, hey, I want this out of our relationship. And if they don't want it, then move the fuck along. There is no friend zone. There is no fucking friend zone. There is only just, well, I think that I can actually get something out of this relationship in a misleading way. But let's continue.
But to learn that, it takes effort. And maybe to him, maybe, again, that wasn't worth the effort. But like I said earlier, coming to this realization has been one of the best things that it's ever occurred to me. Once I started owning it, I became more comfortable in my own skin. I don't worry about rejection anymore because I've already been through the worst rejections. It helped me rid a lot of my own insecurities because I'm more accepting of who I am. My mind is freed up to think more about important things than why dating has never worked out for me or why women never thought I was good enough for them. It just completely turned an insecure, worrywart kid into a man who is comfortable with being himself, his path, and all the good and bad that comes with it. Now that he's at that...
Okay, cool. And this is something that I wholeheartedly agree with. Yes, you should always strive to be yourself. You should always strive to... Oh God, this is gonna sound weird. You should strive to be yourself, but you should also strive not to be fucking abusive. I just want to put that out there. Or not to be a spoiled little brat, or not to be somebody who feels entitled to other people's attention, time, or intimacy. Like, no, that's fine. So yeah, let's continue.
At that point, now he'd probably be able to attract women, because the minute you need a woman's attention, the moment that you're messaging her and saying, why aren't we talking as much, or why don't you want to hang out with me, or what happened, things were going so great, you've lost it. Women can run hot and cold. Women often run hot and cold. Things will be hot and spicy one...
Wait, but that's people. Like, I'm so confused with this. That's people. Like, I don't know with this motherfucker. Like, is he really saying this? Is he really saying this? People run hot and cold. It's not just women run hot and cold. People. Like, for real. Let's continue. I'm gonna stop this in a minute.
1 minute and you're texting and everything's kind of going on and it's really good. Maybe you're sending back and forth spicy pictures, and then the next instantly it cools off. What happened? Maybe she felt you were talking too much and you wanted her too much. Maybe she felt like, I don't know, she got bored of the conversation. Maybe.
Okay. Because I'm having an issue already with remote play. Motherfuckers like this, you can tell that they're trying to give advice to people where they don't understand the shit themselves. And quite frankly, guys, I'm going to say this. There is no such thing as a friend zone. And if you feel like you're stuck in a friend zone, then you are, one, trying to manipulate a friendship in order to get something out of a woman, and she may be trying to manipulate you to get some emotional support. And quite frankly, that's a toxic situation because you're just trying to use people. And it's not fun actually sitting back and trying to use people in specific ways. And quite frankly, guys, you should actually care more about yourself than to actually be trying to be used by another person. But anyway, I'm going to take a little bit of break, reset for the next video. Give me a second. I got to give me something to drink, and I will be right back.